Let's recap whatever we made here. We started by making a class called as bound service, which was extending service class. We initialized some variables here, a tag named as log tag. We initialized a reference to the interface iBinder, and we also initialized an object mChronometer for the class chronometer. iBinder, we will go and check it again. iBinder is basically an interface which has to be implemented only with extension from binder, right? So if I go to my binder class, then I can see that you can see that we have created a variable mBinder here, which is of iBinder interface types, but it is referring to new my binder. This is my binder here, which is basically extending binder, and it is also getting it has a method inside it called as get service, which returns bound service context, right? So now here what is really happening is whenever this activity gets launched within the onCreate method, you can see that these three are the basic declarations or definitions which we have already discussed a lot of times. Whenever this activity gets created, these three things happen, and then we are setting on click listener on these two buttons. If the user clicks on print timestamp, then at that very moment the check is made about what is the status of m service bound. M service bound is basically a boolean which is initially containing false in it. So before the onCreate method is called, which is happening when the activity is getting created, we are also having the onStart after that onCreate method. This onStart method is shooting an intent which is going from this context to bound service class, and we are binding the services using this method. Once the service is bound, then the service connection takes over, which is having m service connection as an object. Here you can see that it is an interface and it has got two methods implemented inside it, on service connected and on service disconnected. Whenever the service gets connected, which happens whenever the user starts this activity, the on service connected method is called, and we are able to make m service bound as true, right? So whenever the user will click on the button print timestamp, the on click set on click listener will find the m service bound as true, and when the user clicks on that button, because this is true, the timestamp will get typed there with whatever the time has elapsed. And if the user clicks on stop service button, then the unbind service method is called and the m service bound is made false, right? Going to the bound service class that we had created, we will be declaring an object mChronometer for the class chronometer, which helps us to find out the time that has elapsed. We also use the onCreate method here, which basically will make sure that all the initializations for mChronometer are in place, so that whenever this service gets activated, the mChronometer activates or starts working, which is very much required from it. We are also overriding a couple of methods here because we have extended the service here, and the methods that we have overridden here is iBinder, which returns mBinder object, the on rebind, on unbind, and on destroy. When the on destroy method is called, which will be called whenever we are destroying the service, the mChronometer stops. The stop method is called and it stops. We have already discussed this my binder extends binder. And finally, the string get time stamp. This method is very generic. There is nothing more to discuss here. Basically, we are just calculating the time that has elapsed and which needs to be calculated and returned as a string, so that we can set it as a text on the main screen. So this was it. We have discussed this now, and I'm sure that you will be able to run this app and you will also be able to make minor changes in this. In fact, we will recommend that you make some minor changes here. Otherwise, what happens is that you will understand these bound services, but you'll not be able to implement it. Most importantly, if you have any problems in any of your projects that you're working on, please do let us know. All right then, take care. Bye.